Welcome back, my Sagat brothers and sisters. How are you doing? You having fun? I'm having fun. He's a little bit different than what I'm used to. I feel like you young guys are very lucky. You young guys and girls are very lucky. Us boomers come pre-loaded with old software, eh? You get the fresh install, so we're playing Windows 98. And you are on whatever Windows version is today. Like, oh, the first few days, you know, there was a lot of knees coming out. There was a lot of knees. I was anti-airing with HPDP. I looked like a right donkey, really. But we're getting there. Now, this video is this is more of kind of like riding the bike before you start doing wheelies. I think we need to get the basics of what connects to what. I'm not talking about combos. This is not a combo video. This is more of why doesn't this thing link to that? How do I juggle this? Why does this thing work sometimes and not others? Sagat, for some reason, I think he has easy to play in the old character select, but he's actually quite complex as far as everything, especially the Nexus, has about, I would say, 6 different kind of niche things that make it, for a beginner, probably quite hard to understand. I'm going to explain them to you. I'm going to explain charging the back heavy punch, why you have to delay it sometimes you don't, why doesn't it link to this. I think this is going to be the kind of Tiger basics introduction rather than you know, all the fancy combos. We are going to go through a few meaties. I know you guys love the setup kind of stuff, so if you want the combo videos and how to use standing medium kick, maybe there'll be tons of guides out there for that stuff. We're going to go a bit deeper in the old Spire stage, in the old Spire stage. Let's get going. Okay, Tiger Nexus, a mini primer. There will be way more stuff than this, guys, way more stuff, but we'll go through the basics just quickly. Like, all of the moves do not connect to all of the Nexuses. It makes it kind of difficult, especially if you're a beginner. You're probably like, what's going on? Crouching light punch does not connect to the light Nexus. It has to be standing light punch. So you can't do something like this. Will not work. It has to be either this, which is a 4 hits, leaves you at +3, or you can do if you suspect they're walking back, crouching light quick, standing light punch connects. Thank God we don't have the Street Fighter 5 problem. If you do unfortunately make them block that move, it's -5, the light Nexus. So you might as well, if they block it, you might as well let it fly. Let it fly into the overhead version, I would suggest. I think the overhead version is the safest. That's the one that's going to get people mashing. The medium punch connects into the medium. This is easy to remember. So the medium does go into the mediums. Heavies, unfortunately, the heavies obviously go into the mediums as well, but the heavies do not go into the heavies, just to make it complicated. However, like the light punch, there is a button that does go into the heavies. It is the first hit of standing heavy kick, and you can then fill that one up with the juggle. That is the main one in the combos. It doesn't work if you do the 2 hits of the standing heavy kick. It has to be the first one only. Okay, still on Nexus. Just briefly, my opinion on Tiger Nexus is I think it's a very good combo tool. I'm not sure about pressure. I personally think it might be better to do normals, fireballs and knees over the Nexus kind of pressure, but Sagat could develop like that. I'm playing around with everything at the minute. I'm not ruling anything out. Now the heavy buttons do go into the EX Nexus, unfortunately not the medium. The medium does not work if we set Ryu to no block. That's only a 2-hit combo, so that means that didn't work. However, it does work on the heavy. I've been using that. I like that a lot, so you can fish for that outside of their range and buffer it in. The good thing, the designers have done well, nothing seems to drop with Sagat. You can do that from extremely far away and it seems to work, which is nice. And of course, you get your follow-ups, whatever you want to do. Well, maybe we'll discuss the follow-ups in a little bit. Now, one other thing about Nexus, this doesn't work. It doesn't matter which version you use, it doesn't work. However, just to make it complicated, it does work on a drive rush cancel. So I think personally you guys should be using crouch and medium punch to do your cancels. You know, this one as your starter. You can use heavy as well if you want, but say you go into the back heavy punch, you can then get straight into the Nexus. Very good. Now there is something very specific that I didn't pick up on, and in fact it was Javits that mentioned it to me in a Naru, I think his name is Naru or Naro, the Sagat player replay. I didn't notice, and I have noticed now, obviously, the medium version of Nexus actually launches them higher. So if you consider this combo here, this following combo, I think it's almost impossible to get the heavy DP off of this sequence. I think I have one time, strangely, I'm not sure how I done it, but off of the heavy Nexus launcher. So say you go into the heavy Nexus launcher, that doesn't connect. That leaves you at 2470. You'd have to do something else there or use a drive rush extension. However, the medium Nexus off of the back heavy punch in the same combo launches them much higher in the air. Watch this. Here we go. Two 934. Now we're getting somewhere with this character, eh? So that there is a different version of the launcher. So on to the charge heavy punch. This move is a little bit complex as well, since you'll be wanting to land it from the back heavy punch. It does not work raw. Sorry, I didn't charge it there. Having a mare today, I'm gonna. Does not work. Does not work off a drive rush either. It has to be in a juggle state. It does work, and I think this is probably optimal. Easy for a beginner if you wall bounce them here. So if we put Ryu to block all, works. It also doesn't work if you just DI them. So if we put Ryu to do a drive impact on block, sorry, we DI him back. Does not work. However, you can do it raw. That's massive damage. And the thing about that is, weirdly, people say, oh, there might be better combos for carry, but this uppercut teleports them to the corner. It's weird. Like I've pressed select there, and I'm at the mid screen. This is the mid screen here. And now we have been magically teleported to the corner. This is the corner. So I think that's good, especially if you're a beginner player. So you can do the heavy charged upper off of the juggle state when they have been hit by the Nexus and they are floating through the air like this. That does work. Now that is a cancel. You have to input it straight away. It has to be back heavy punch, immediately input the DP and hold. It is not do the back heavy punch then charge the DP. It is not a link. It is a cancel. Has to be done immediately. Or it won't work. If we set Ryu, personally this is what I've been doing. Wake up reversal, crouching light punch after you've hit the big ass uppercut. You can drive rush in. This is +9 on block. I think it's actually better than that. Maybe I mistimed that there. +10. I think you can get it to +11. Regardless, it's going to give you enough for a crouching medium punch. That was a trade. Nice. So there is one more situation. You get the back heavy punch into the charge DP. I think it might be optimal. It's on a perfect parry. Like that. So say you did hit that knee. There is then a further OK setup on heavy knee. It's very, very good. I found it out yesterday when I was playing around. So you do heavy knee with standing medium kick, standing medium punch. Hits him at +11. That's huge. That's huge. And I think even if they don't, if for some reason you just regular hit them, that's still 9. That's still +9. Which is good. So if you don't get the +11 for whatever reason, you can still get the crap. I mean, if you want to keep that situation simple, you could just do this, which goes back into the same setup, by the way, or you could do this. So that because you're getting the 11, you can blink the first hit of back heavy kick, which, spoiler alert, we've already talked about, links in to the Tiger heavy Nexus, which launches big damage situation. With the throw, you do have to delay it slightly. It's not a manually, it's not an insta-time throw. You just have to wait a minute. It's not difficult. Now on that, let's talk about standing medium punch. I think this is your best drive cancel because it's +10 on hit. That means you get that, and it also means you get this. So either you're going to get the Nexus or juggles, and that because it's so, you're going to have to watch, because only in a good way. If you make them block it, it's I've got him on DI. Hang on. If they block it, they're +6, which means you cannot immediate throw. It will whiff. You just have to delay slightly. It will still catch him jabbing and mashing. Just be aware that that is not an immediate throw after that situation. I also do like this one for cancelling, but you can use the same thing. If you get a lot of mashers at low level, I don't think you'll see this one at high level very much. But if you get the old mashers, heavy punch into heavy punch, anything into heavy punch will catch the mashers. So with this, that's +7. So you can just do, you can even do 2 heavies. That's the one if you feel like someone's mashing too much. But overall, I think that's the block string that you want. So okay, off of the level 3, you get standing. Forward light kick is +5, but because of the light punch range, you'll need to do DP. The light knee will not work. It will have to be that, or you can just drive rush into standing medium punch. Easy peasy. We'll take a bar, obviously. And then you say you get the heavy knee there, you can do the OK combo. See what I'm trying to build here? I'm trying to build things into things into things. We'll get there. This is just the start, boys. This is the start, boys and girls. One thing I forgot to mention about standing heavy kick is you can combo heavy DP off of it as a cancel, but from both hits. That's important to note, that you can cancel both hits, because you might muck up your drive rush combo. You can drive rush off of the one hit, but this does more damage and gives you the same advantage. So for example, you could do this, which is 12-12, or you could let it fly. It's much bigger damage, so just keep that in mind if you're doing fancy standing heavy kick combos like this one. Something like that, which probably isn't even optimal, to be honest. That's not going to be that much damage. That you do let the 2 hits fly. Don't stress too much about it. If you do cancel the first hit, it won't matter. So something about SA2 is it's really good at beating fireballs from a good distance. Not like old mate Ryu over there, who had a dodgy fireball beater. This one is actually quite good. That's a big range. I think that's going to be an actual legit part of Sagat's game once we get going, you know. And then you can, you know, whatever you're gonna do after that one. So more tech. You'll probably noticed that if you, we've not spoke about this yet. If we do the no block, that juggle there, pretty much the only thing that you can get there is you have to drive rush, and most people have been doing the target combo. Here's a target combo. This one, it's medium punch, heavy punch, which is cancelable. You can still cancel it. It does not link. It has to be done usually out of the juggles. So say we'll do our launcher. People have been doing, so say usually ending in the heavy kick knee is good. We'll do our same drive rush combo. That does link. That is big carry. I think that's the optimal thing to do if you're doing that. However, you can do the launcher again, which is weird. Again, I only kind of experimented with this today. So say we got there, do it again. So it's something else, although I'm not really sure. Let's see how much damage that does. 5, 3, 2, 1. 5, 3, 2, 1. This one does. Oh, so it is more damage. It is more damage putting that second cancel on there. So if you don't have the super one, to confirm, you can do a whiffed medium knee into a forward light step kick like this. That hits at +5. It's the same meaty as the charged uppercut. Decent, I think decent. So old school meaty style, any medium knee ender into heavy kick knee is +5. That's +5 if we put the crouching light punch off. They showed +4 there, but he is in fact, yeah, +5. And then I think it's the same. It doesn't seem to change if they are crouching. It's the same +5, so that's +5 universal. The only thing you have to watch is if they do a crouching medium light punch. There are certain ranges where that combo won't work. Let's see if I can get one. Like that there. See how he blocked? That's not, it's not, you know, it seems to be spacing dependent. That goes for the corner as well. You can actually do medium knee off of, if you end in heavy, medium DP. Medium DP is medium knee is +3, so I guess we're gonna have to wait to see if all these types of knee meaties come to fruition. You know, something like this still works. You know, only thing is there's no throw. Yeah, so that's a kind of biggie, but it's pressure, right? But you might get perfect parried. We'll have to see how those types of setups develop. So off of both of the throws, if you do the medium shot, you have time to anti-air roundhouse. If you do the fast shot, you have time to stop them jumping. So I guess what I'm saying is you can throw a shot here quite safely. Unfortunately, I think the SA1 link is super tight. It will work in some parts of the screen and others it won't, so it's probably not ideal. You can do forward throw, or you can do back throw.